everybody, and welcome back. It's me, Shweebe, and welcome to the Q&A for the 40,000 views celebration thing that we're doing. And I got quite a few questions, so let's go ahead and get started. The first question I got is from Xantros. It goes, what would you do if you randomly blew up on YouTube? I have seen this on sub channels. Congratulations on 40,000 views. You will get more for sure. Thank you so much, Xantros. What would I do if I randomly blew up? I don't know. I'd imagine I'd still just run it the same. I know for a fact if, let's say, hypothetically, like, I just, from the, 800 something that I'm sitting at right now, blew up to even just, like 2,000 something, which to me, that's blowing up. But if you're talking, like, huge, like 100,000 and more, I would probably be freaking out going, I have done something. I don't know what the something is. How do I proceed from here? I think it would just be, I'd be worried about losing it too quickly, because it's kind of scary when you blow up that fast and you're not sure why, because then you're under quite a bit of pressure and under a lot of eyes, and if you haven't slowly worked up to it, it can be very overwhelming. So I'd imagine I'd be in a state of panic at first, but then I'd be like, okay, let's ride with this and see where it goes. The next question is from Nightly Nerds. They ask, what is your favorite curse word and in what configuration? Also, who are your favorite Let's Players, big and small? Well, you guys are going to learn something fun from Shweebe, because most people wouldn't expect this word from me. My favorite word is cunt, and I realize not a whole lot of other people enjoy that word. For some reason, for me, it just rolls off the tongue in a very nice kind of way. I love it. My favorite configuration of the word is calling somebody a cunt cake, as in they are so miserable yet amazing at the same time, because let's face it, cake is amazing. Now, my favorite Let's Players, big and small, oh, there's quite a few. For big Let's Players, a lot of them are the ones that motivated me to even start, would be Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, Pewds, Cryotic, Cinnamon Toastkin, basically that whole batch. And then later in life it became the Game Grumps, and Daz Black Games was another one. Just, those are the bigger ones. For the smaller ones, there's quite a few that still motivate me today. I definitely want to say Directionally Challenged, because he's very, I don't know, he comes up with so many funny skits, and I feel like I'm not quite creative enough to do stuff like that, and he's just a very sweet guy. I love talking with him. There's Rancid Hyenas. He is just freaking hilarious. He and I are kind of on the same wavelength of, like, humor and stuff, so it's just kind of funny. He's a bit more open about it, albeit I'm a bit more, you know, I'm like, I keep it to myself. That's fine. Oh, let me see. There's quite a few, because most of the community itself is a lot of content creators, and it would probably take me a very long time to list all of them and why. But those are the top two that kind of pop in my head as of right now. It's a Trap Productions asks, oh, and this is an interesting question. He goes, you can only save one of these things. The other has to be destroyed, and the last has to be given away. Your computer, your PS4, or subscribers. What will it be, Trap? That's an intense question. Let's see. You can only save one. One has to be destroyed. One has to be given away. Oh, that's, you know what? First of all, destroy my computer. Albeit that would keep me from doing most, like, YouTube stuff. It's old as dirt anyways. I need a replacement. This may sound bad, but let me explain. I would save my PS4, and I would give away my subscribers, because it's not like if I were to give them away, it's not like they couldn't possibly come back. It's not like it's a permanent thing. Or that would leave room to get, like, a new community or something. Not that I'm saying that I don't love the community that it is right now, but I'm thinking, I love my PS4, please don't do that. I know that sounds bad, it just sounds really bad, but if you think about it, if I didn't have the PS4 or the computer, how the heck am I going to talk to subscribers? So give all the wonderful 860 plus subscribers community to somebody who really deserves it. That way it's not like, oh, they're just gone, they have to, you know, find some other kind of entertainment. I will just give them to somebody and be like, here, this person is incredibly entertaining, go and watch them. I think that would work out really well. Rop name asks, or ROP name, says, congrats and good luck reaching the next point. Thank you very much. And a question which I like to ask is, how would you reach an ice... Oh, how would you react if an ice cream licked you back? I'd probably drop the ice cream and be like, oh no, this is how the zombie apocalypse starts. This is not happening. Next question is far more serious. How do you handle the times where you don't hit your YouTube goals? AKA, how do you get yourself up when you're down and get yourself to keep recording, creating content? This is a wonderful question. Thank you very much for asking this one. What I do, because it's not like this doesn't happen. I'm not always in a high. Actually, as of right now, the channel is kind of in a lull in other departments. Like, my watch time is steadily going up, which is great. The average view duration is also going up. The subscriber is kind of doing this number where it'll go up a couple, it'll go back down a couple, it'll go up a couple, maybe another one, and it'll go back down. So it is frustrating, but then I look at it this way, it's like even the bigger YouTubers go through this. If you watch like the Social Blade, like live sub count stuff, they're continuously losing and gaining anywhere between 20 and 40 plus subscribers on a continuous basis, so whatever. But how I keep myself from getting too depressed about it or getting too anxious is I will actually go and watch my bigger YouTubers that I look up to, and you know, just watch a lot of their funny stuff. A lot of times I'll actually go back and, if they have it, I'll go and watch some of their older stuff where they were roughly where my channel is now. Again, if they have it, not a lot of them do. And just see what they were going through at that point in time. Or I'll just watch some like really awesome music, because music is life, and it's the one thing that keeps me going as well. The next question is from Vinny. He goes, I want to be surprised by the news, but I'm not, since you're already fabulous enough to acclaim 1 million views and then some. Aw, thank you so much, Vinny. That's so sweet. Congrats either way, Shweebes, and since I can ask you anything anyway, here's a silly question. If Dracula and the Bride of Frankenstein had a kid, what do you think they'd be called, and what would their powers be? Anyway, once again, congrats, Shweebe. Keep doing amazing work, big sis. Bear hug. If Dracula and the Bride of Frankenstein. So the chick with the really tall hair and the zzz through the, okay. What would their kid be called? And what powers would they have? That's interesting, because she's kind of like, she's in a sense, I suppose, like a ghoul, but it was man-made. Ooh, like an electrified vampire thing that doesn't need the necessity of blood, I would think. But could still transform. That would be interesting. Ooh, and during a thunderstorm nights or whatever, just roam around and can collect it, like the lightning and stuff, and just be like bzzz, and then go and attack people if it wanted to. A name? I'm really terrible at names. Mine would be a very basic bitch kind of name for it. It'd be called Zap. And there you go. That's my answer to your silly question. Cunning Duck says, congrats, thank you very much. Goes, QnA, who inspired you to do YouTube, and how did you come up with your name? I actually get asked that question quite a lot. The ones that inspired me to do YouTube in the first place would be the original batch of big YouTubers. For me, was Pewd's crew, as I like to call it. It was PewDiePie, Jack, Mark, Cryotic, Minx, and Cinnamon Toast Kin, when they were all just doing stuff, you know, back and forth and doing collabs and stuff. Like, the prop hunt stuff is actually what I'd seen first, and I was just like, this is so entertaining, I love this. And I loved the amount of, like, laughter that it brought to me and to those that were with me when they watched it. I was like, I want to do something like that. I know I can't do it to their same degree, because I'm just my own version of a goofball, but they were the ones that inspired me to do what it is I do today. And how I came up with my name, I've actually answered a few times, so I'm going to give you a very shorthand version for it. I have 3 younger sisters. When they were, like, very small people, very, like, 2 years old-ish, somewhere around there, they had a hard time saying my name, so it oftentimes just called me Shweebe. It somehow, like, evolved into Shweebe. I couldn't tell you exactly when this happened. I think that's when I started dating Phoenix, but as to why it turned into Shweebe, I'm not really sure. But it became a nickname that was used so fondly in the house itself, and between, you know, some very close friends. They would just be like, Shweebe, what are you doing? So the day that I was creating my YouTube channel, I was like, I don't know what to name it. Like, I was literally doing, like, basic things like Redhead Girl Gamer, or Crazy Gamer, or like, you know, silly stuff like that. Literally, before I even pressed enter and was like, okay, this is what I want, my mom goes, Shweebe! Literally, she's the reason why I actually do the whole Shweebe intro thing. It's all because of her, and then just the whole backstory behind it. And that's how the Shweebe name came to be. Orange Juice Jones Games says, why are you so cool? Well, if I wasn't cool, I'd be hot. Reaper of Darkness asks, what is your real name? Kevin. And question 2, why did you start a YouTube channel? Well, for me, originally it was just something I wanted to try out to see if it was something that I would enjoy. So it was more like a hobby thing. It kind of evolved over time into more of like a new creative outlet, because I used to draw a lot and I don't really do that anymore. It's literally just YouTube now and making videos and content and talking to people. That has become my newest form of creative outlet, but overall the main reason why was from watching the Pewds crew, like I'd mentioned before, and seeing how much laughter that they brought to people, and I love seeing people laugh and making people laugh. And I was like, I want to do that. Or at least I want to try and see if I can. So far, I think I'm doing, you know, not too bad at it. But we'll see where it goes from here on out. Invisible Wall Gaming says, massive congratulations, Shweebes. Thank you so much. He goes, we have 2 questions for you. One normal and one kind of weird, just how you like it. Oh yeah, I'm excited. Who designed the cartoon version of you? Actually, that would be moi. I did graphics design now for... How old am I? Let me see. I think now it's close to 9-10 years I've been doing graphics design. That was me literally just going, I want an avatar because I don't want my face as my avatar. That was just me for some reason. And question 2, if you were a food dish meal, what would you be? Cheesecake, easy, hands down right there. Or I'd be a basket of loaded fries. There you go. Artificial Pup says, hitting milestones 1 stone at a time. Congrats. Thank you so much, Pup. Question, if you can have any wild exotic animal as a pet, what would it be and why? Maybe to make it interesting, you can choose one for each land, air, and sea. Well, if we're talking for land, I've always wanted a tiger. Not necessarily as a pet, because that idea is scary, because it could very easily eat me. But tigers have always just been so fascinating. One, because they're giant cats. I love cats. I'm gonna be the crazy lady that's like 90 years old and has like 15 million cats in her home, and it's gonna smell like mothballs and fur. That's gonna be my life. But for sea, I'd want a dolphin, because dolphins are so cute, and they're just really intelligent. And then for air, some kind of bird. I think I'd want a cockatoo, which sounds very basic, but I love the and the fact that they dance to music and stuff. They are some funny little birds. Random Gaming Plus says, congrats on your 40k views. Thank you very much. He goes, oh great, Guru Shweebe. I do have some questions. Oh, I am so excited, young Padawan. What is it? Question 1, what would be the most rage-filled game you've ever played that brings out the most colorful metaphors? Oh, well, that would be Getting Over It. I have taken quite the break from that game. I should actually get back to it because I do intend to beat it. It takes a lot out of me. Oh my god. I almost broke quite a few things from playing that game. Question 2, some advice on doing live streaming for the first time. Okay, some basic advice that I would give, play a game that you love. Don't do something that, you know, right off the bat people want. Play something that you love, number 1. Make sure that you have decent audio. And test your settings on YouTube and whatever program that you're using to stream. Even if you have to label your streams as test streams, just let people know, hey, I'm just trying to make sure that I've got this stuff right, and ask your community to help you with it. There is nothing wrong with that. I've done quite a few test streams just to make sure that the game that I'm wanting to stream, in fact, does have decent audio and shows up right, and everybody can hear the game and myself. There is nothing wrong with asking for help from them. And question 3, what game you just can't wait to share on your channel or live stream? I want to share Persona 5. I have talked to quite a few people. There are some people that are showing it on their channel as of right now anyways, but Atlas still has the thing out there saying that, you know, you're not allowed to do that, and I'm like, I don't want to risk getting my whole channel deleted because of one game. So until they come out with an official statement saying yes, you can. I am not gonna because I don't want to risk it. That's just me. But once they do give the A-OK, I'm playing that on the channel. Just you wait. I'm so excited. Unicorn Pyrex goes, oh my god, what do you think you'd be doing if you couldn't do YouTube? If I couldn't do YouTube, I'd probably just go back to the mundane life that I had before this. You know, having a job and, you know, I'm trying to think, what was I doing before YouTube? It seems like, like my life was so different then. I know I was drawing a lot more. That was really, I was playing games, but not nearly as much as I am now because of the channel. So, I don't know, like I was just doing other things really that, you know, just kind of try and bide my time. I tend to watch movies a little bit more then too. So basically just not as entertaining, I think. That's more or less what it'd be like if I couldn't do YouTube, because this is the one thing now that kind of keeps my sanity in check. Because I have something that I have to do every day now because of the daily uploads, and I love it. So I pray that I never wind up with a day where I can't do it, because I'd probably just lose it. TB Gaming asked, what is the biggest thing you did to get out of trouble? Well, I haven't done anything in like a particular thing, but when I know that the parents are on a war path and I don't want to be caught in the middle of it all, I will make the house extra sparkly clean and take care of any chores and any like unnecessary chores, like you know, things that don't necessarily need to be done but would love to have done, kind of thing, as best I can, just to try and ease the tension. And surprisingly, that works quite a lot. It saves me and my sisters. So, and once they're done arguing and they realize what all has been done, it's just like instant, oh wow, look at this, so great, oh my god, guys, what happened? That's like the #1 thing that we go to in case that ever happens. Weirdos Incorporated says, congrats on 40k views, thank you so very much. As for a question, if you were given $1 million and could only spend it on one thing, what would it be? That would be a very big house for my very big family. If you include just like my blood-tied family, we're a family of 6. If you include all of our like boyfriends, husbands, and children and thing like that, you're looking at close to like, oh, and then not to mention Phoenix's family, you're looking at close to about 17, almost 20 people right there. I would love to get, not necessarily a mansion, because I feel like mansion would probably be a little too big, but with that amount of people, you might as well get a mansion. That way everybody has their own room and one giant kitchen. I would spend $1 million on a big house just like that. Project Beats also asked, what made you get into YouTube? It was to bring laughter to people, because for me, laughter is a very important thing in life, and I wanted to be able to do that through a media form, because I do it in my own home and I do it with my friends. So I'm like, after watching, you know, Jacksepticeye and all of them doing it on a regular basis, and you know, people just love it so much, I'm like, you know, I want to try it. I want to try it and see if I can't do that too. That's more or less why I got into it. The Unflushable says, congrats on 40k views. Thank you very much. It goes, at what age is it appropriate to tell my dog that he's adopted? That's a tricky one. You might want to tell them as soon as possible, that way they don't hold that over your head years later. I would try and tell them at like the age of 1 and be like, you just look at them dead face and you go, you're adopted. I'm sorry, but I love you. Couple Up says, congrats for 40k views. Again, thank you guys so very much. And as for the question, if you had a chance to pick one superpower, what would it be? Teleportation, because that means I wouldn't have to bother getting a car and dealing with insurance and crap like that. I could just teleport wherever I need to go at the snap of a finger, and there you go. Or DBZ style, where Goku does the thing like this. That would be fine too. Just, I mean, think of the expenses that I wouldn't have to have. I wouldn't have to pay for gas, and just, yeah, I want teleportation, man. They need to make this a thing soon. V7 Cruz says, what is the one game you are most excited for 2018-2019? And congrats on 40k views. Thank you very much, Cruz. The one game that I'm most excited for this year is Ni no Kuni 2 that'll be coming out in March, and I swear to God, if they delay this game again, I will be so pissed off because I've already put down for the extra special super duper pre-order, much like I did for Persona 5, because I've been waiting for like 8 years for both games to come out. So I think the secondary game that I was waiting for and most excited for was Monster Hunter World, which I finally got. I just don't have the PlayStation Plus yet, so when I do that, we can start playing things like that, which will be so much fun. And I've got a lot of questions from Wawa Toasted Tough Guy. I cannot say your name, hun. That's why I just call you Tough Guy, because the first half just makes my whole brain go So Tough Guy says, okay, I have a few questions. After Tough Guy, who is your second favorite subby? Oh, my second favorite? I don't know if I have a second favorite. Don't put me on the spot like that, man. I don't know if I can answer that. Also, after Tough Guy, who's your favorite bodybuilder? My favorite bodybuilder? I don't know. Does The Rock count as a bodybuilder? I don't think he's necessarily a bodybuilder. I'm pretty sure he's just a wrestler, right? Okay, if we're gonna be like legit, like people that I know, my good friend Dell, he is a bodybuilder. He's a big dude. Like, holy crap. He would be my favorite. Also, were you pissed off when Tough Guy Fella didn't compete in the 2018 Olympics during the figure skating competitions? Yes, because I wanted to see your pirouettes and your swirly twirls and backflip 360s in the air. Why the hell weren't you there, Tough Guy? What kept you from going? Also, do a top 10 list of your favorite games. I don't know if you did already, but do it again, please, for old Tough Guy. I will definitely do a video of my favorite top 10 games of, like, all time that I have played. I will definitely do that one for you. And his other question, guys, because I have more questions. If you had to eat a person, who would it be? If I had to eat a person, that is a... If I had to eat a person, they better be delicious, whoever they are. Wait, I've got it. Willy Wonka. The man lives in a feckin' chocolate factory anyways. I imagine he tastes very sweet. It would be okay to eat him. He's probably made of, like, 100% candy anyways. I mean, why not? How high can you jump? Like, vertical? I'm probably not very high due to, like, back and knee problems. I'd say maybe 5 inches off the ground, but if I bend my knees, maybe a whole foot. I don't know. Have you ever played Superman 64? If not, how can you honestly call yourself a YouTuber that does gaming videos? Alright, hey! We didn't get a 64 until much later, and no, I have not played Superman 64. But if you're saying that you're recommending it, I'll see if I can't find, like, an emulator or something and try it out. What do you think you have in common with Xena Warrior Princess? Ooh, now that's interesting because I haven't seen a whole lot of it, but I know roughly what the series is about. I'd say, like, my biggest, like, common thing with her would be the attitude when the series, like, first started off. And that's more towards, like at that angsty teenage that I was going through at, like, the age of, like, 16. That would be the closest thing that I had towards her. And then, like, later in the series, it'd be that sass that she has. I would love to say it's her sword skills and stuff, but no, that's not the case. And if you could pile drive one fellow or one skirt, who would it be? It would be every spam commenter that ever shows up on my channel. I would literally just set up, like, this area where as soon as they come in and I just drop down and pile drive them right in the face. That's who the fellows and skirts would be that I would do that to. Lethal Lightning goes, what is your favorite video that you've made? That's kind of tough, but I'd say of, like, the more recent-ish stuff, or at least most recent series, I would say it would be the start of the Crash Bandicoot 1 series, because it's something completely different. There's no webcam. I started implementing voice-over and, like, voice acting into it, which is something I don't really do, but it's fun because it's so different. So I'd say that would be, like, my favorite video so far, because it actually started a whole series. We're close to like 7 episodes in and I'm still doing it and having a freaking blast with it. And who do you think is the sexiest video game character? Oh, Lethal. Sir Orn from Final Fantasy X. Ooh, just let me pet that man. Just, that is my man food from video games. And most badass video game character, Dante from the Devil May Cry series. That man one, he's pretty as well, but damn is he a badass. Holy crap. Not to mention the games themselves are pretty badass and hard. I've not beaten a single one, but then again I also lose patience after a while. But there you go. Lexi B asks, what is your favorite video on your channel? I actually just answered this question with Lethal, but how about like a different video? Oh, I know. It'd be the very first video that I ever posted on the channel, which would be for the Party Hard series, because that's actually what started this whole thing. Albeit, if you go back and watch it, it's honestly very cringy. It's crap. I didn't have a whole lot of confidence in myself, but for starting off, if you look at that now to where and what it is that I can do now, it's completely different. So I love the fact that I've at least grown a lot from that first point. So, but I would still say that that is a favorite video of mine. She also asks, what's your favorite game to play? As of right now, Phoenix and myself are highly addicted to Monster Hunter World. Albeit, he's put in a lot more hours than I have lately because I've been busy with stuff. For what I have played, I'm still enjoying it. I've only gotten as far as the Pookie Pookie, if that explains how little I've played the game so far. Phoenix is already into the third, area you can get to. If that tells you how much he's been playing it. But as of right now, that's her favorite game to play. Meows has 2 questions. He says, what's your favorite way to eat potatoes? Fries or baked potato? When you can just smush the insides, put in some butter, put a little sour cream, bacon bits, cheese. Best stuff ever. Or loaded fries, technically. Those are good too. With some ranch. And then he also asks, how did you come up with the name Shweebe? Like I said before, 3 younger sisters, they couldn't say my name, so they would just oftentimes just call me Shwee. It evolved years later when Phoenix and I first started dating, somehow, into Shweebe. And then it became a very popular nickname in the family. The day that I was making the channel, Mom came up and she literally did the whole Shweebe, I need you kind of thing. And I was like, yep, that is my name. That's gonna be the name of the channel right there. Claude's Realm goes, that's a bunch of people watching. Congrats. Thank you very much. Goes, question, can you make a step-by-step tutorial on how to pronounce your name with the exact same inflection and power? Maybe? I don't know. Because most people, when they see my name, for some reason, they don't pronounce it as Shweebe, they just call it Shweebe. So maybe? I would probably have to spell it as Shwee, and then with the B go E-E, and then really big E's, and then put what's that thing called where you put the giant dash above the letters just to let them know that it makes this sound? You guys probably know what I'm talking about if you're English buffs. But just put that over all the E's at the end, and maybe they'd get it. Afrovlog says, well done, Shweebe. Thank you so much, Frosho. He goes, for a question, if you were told you couldn't have ginger hair anymore, what color would you choose? Surprisingly, I would choose black hair, because nobody in my family that I know of has ever had black hair. It's always been blondes, brunettes, and every few generations there's been red hair that'll pop up. So I think it would just be cool to have my complexion with black hair, because then I would totally rock the goth look. And then Specky Poo has a lot of questions for me as well. He goes, let's see. Once upon a time, there lived a unicorn eating a hamburger, pooping Skittles. There you go. What is your stance on the world being flat, square, or round? For me, I've always thought it was round. I like the idea of it being square. That sounds neat. And flat, that just sounds very far-fetched. I could see why people would still think that, but then I also think, how? When you can go from the US, keep going this way, and you'll come back to the exact same spot. If it's flat, how the hell would you do that? That's just my thought. So that's why, and if it were square, wouldn't you think at some point you would see an angle? That would be cool though, don't get me wrong. So I firmly believe that it's quite round. What year did you start watching Scooby-Doo? Oh, wow. When did I start watching Scooby-Doo? I want to say I was in early middle school, 6th grade or 5th grade, somewhere around there, when I first started seeing Scooby-Doo. And if you don't watch Scooby-Doo, you should. But why don't you watch Scooby-Doo? It's Scooby-Doo, man. You must watch Scooby. I've watched Scooby. This is if we're talking like the original cartoons. Like, I've seen a couple of the live action movies that they made of it, which were okay. Didn't really scream like actual Scooby-Doo, in my opinion. That's just me. But I do remember the cartoon movies that they made of Scooby-Doo. Like, there was this one where Shaggy and Scoobs had to go to some kind of school for monsters or whatever, like Dracula's kid and Frankenstein's kid, and I remember that one quite well. It was really cute. And, how many pandas does it take to change a light bulb? Does the light bulb actually stay intact by the end of this, or is it just shattered into a bazillion pieces and they're just kind of rolling around and stuff? I don't know. 3? 6? I don't know. Is there a right answer? Also asks, is the sky blue? Why is it or isn't it? I might have this backwards, but I'm pretty sure that it is. And that water isn't blue, because water itself actually has like no color, but the reason that it appears blue is because of the sky, because of the atmosphere. You're asking a lot of sciencey questions that I remember from back in like high school, but no, don't remember the exact wording and stuff, and I probably got it wrong, and I don't care. We're moving on. Don't judge me. What would you really do for a Klondike bar? Abso-fucking-lutely nothing. Like, they're okay, but it's essentially an ice cream sandwich with a very thin layer of chocolate. Big whoop. And then his final question is, of all the questions asked, what is your favorite thus far? There's quite a few. I always enjoy the questions of, like, how'd you come up with your name? What got you started on YouTube? And then, like, the interesting ones that I got today was, like, what's your favorite curse word? What would you do for a Klondike bar? Really? And then just, like, some of the more creative ones, like, like, who's your sexiest video game character? Or you can only save one thing, you can only give another one away, the other one has to be destroyed. Like, really? These were some really creative questions. I really enjoyed them. I don't think I have like a single favorite out of all of them, because it was just so great to do this in the first place. So I want to say a massive thank you to each and every one of you for, one, helping me put this Q&A together, because you guys basically just gave me a free video by answering questions, which I appreciate. But overall, I'm just incredibly thankful for the support that you guys have continued to give. It's just really great knowing how far the channel has come and how much belief that you guys have in the channel to continue to grow, and not just in the channel but myself as a creator and someone who is creative. So just thank you guys so much for helping put this little Q&A together and coming up with some really cool questions. I hope you guys really enjoyed the random answers that I had for you. And just being a part of this community, it really means a lot. I thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. So until then, my Shweebles, thank you so very much. If you loved it, don't forget to hit that like button. Let's hear them battle cries. Woo! Yeah! I'll see you guys in the next episode.